When we did our research for the 2026 Global Human Capital Trends Report, we talked to about 9,000 folks through that. And one of the interesting stats, we had 45% of individuals indicate that their organizations are spending little to no time thinking about the impact AI is having on people. So certainly some cultural debt seems to be building up. So would love to get your view on how you see AI shaping culture or straining culture, and what role does trust play in that?
Well, Jason, your question is really about connecting the dots between culture, trust, and AI. One way to think about it is this. More and more organizations are calling themselves AI first. But that begs the question for workers, if AI is first, where does that put me? It creates a question about psychological safety, and ultimately, it undermines trust. When organizations don't evaluate the impact of AI and people, it doesn't just create technical debt, it creates a cultural debt and a trust debt. And that trust debt is actively eroding adoption. And we see that happening real time. In the first 9 months of 2025, we calculated a 15% decline in the percentage of employees using AI at work. I think that's because employees feel caught. Many are mistrustful of AI and whether or not it will be a replacement for them. And at the same time, 80% of workers are worried that their colleagues are using AI to appear more productive than they actually are. That's a great signal of cultural tension. And that tension is being reinforced by how organizations are spending money today. For example, 93% of spend is on data, infrastructure, and technology. That leaves just 7% on anything human, whether that's org design or skills training or change in adoption. And our research shows that that doesn't scale AI usage.
How are leaders going to know when it's time to move past this kind of focus on the technology and really get much more intentional about designing how AI is impacting culture within their organizations?
It's really about when should I start thinking about culture in the context of AI? And my advice to leaders is don't wait. AI was always going to shape culture. The mistakes some organizations are making is treating that as a downstream impact instead of as an upfront design choice. When we asked workers about what matters to them in a culture in this new AI-enabled work environment that we have, it was first open dialogue between workers and leaders, and second, ongoing communication about how AI is going to change work and change my job. Interestingly, those are two of our 4 factors of trust: humanity and transparency. The takeaway is simple. AI doesn't just change how work gets done, it changes how culture is reinforced or broken. And in the end, it will be trust, not ambition, not access, that determines whether organizations can scale AI or whether they stall.